Turkey held one of the most hotly contested local elections in its history on March 31st, with many races going down to the wire. Istanbul was home to the tightest race as more than 8.5 million residents casted their vote. Unofficial results have the Nation's Alliance candidate, Ekrem İmamoğlu, slightly ahead of the People's Alliance candidate, Binali Yıldırım. But both political parties have filed complaints claiming discrepancies in the voting process. Let's take a closer look at exactly what is being contested. The first challenge is about vote counting discrepancies. In the Turkish election process, after the polls close, votes are tallied and recorded on a certificate signed by members of the polling station's election council. The council is made up of one government employee and a representative from each political party participating in that election. A signed copy of the station's tally is then taken to the district election committee, along with the sealed bags of votes. The district election committee compiles all tallies into one master list, which is signed by members of all the parties in this committee. The AK Party and CHP discovered errors made during data transfers from the polling stations to the district election committees. These claims were easily proven by reviewing the signed copy of the tally certificates held by each political party. The second challenge is regarding the more than 319,000 votes that were ruled invalid in Istanbul, an amount that could potentially change the election's outcome. The local election ballot can be confusing, with voters choosing candidates for 4 different posts, including municipal and district mayors, as well as council members and neighborhood officials. Votes can be ruled invalid for many reasons. The AK Party is contesting that all soiled votes can be considered in a recount, while the CHP is objecting and wants these votes to remain disqualified. Currently, the District Election Committee has reinstated more than 100,000 invalid votes and are still evaluating recount applications. But both parties can appeal District Election Committee decisions with the Provincial Election Committee and then the Supreme Election Committee. Final results are expected to be released by April 13th. It is hard to understand why the CHP submitted a request to stop the recount process in 18 districts, when they themselves request a recount in 22 districts, with no opposition from AK Party. The Western media's narrative of AK Party's demise is also greatly exaggerated, when taking into account that they have topped the polls for a 15th consecutive election. This whole recount process may seem confusing, but it is very transparent and well documented, with signed certificates and observers from all political parties. So, will AK Party's challenge be enough to overturn the opposition's 0.002% margin in Istanbul? Or will a recount increase the CHP's razor-thin lead?